Greetings everyone, and welcome to my special Valentine's Day edition of Sonic Retro Reviews. There are many forms of love. The love between a parent and a child, the love between siblings, and so on and so forth. But obviously we're talking about the romantic today. So, which romantic couple is the focus of this issue? Why, it's none other than Antoine the Coolant and Bunny Rabbit. You could say their romance began here, but the seeds were planted in this issue, whether it was intentional or not. The point is, ever since Endgame, these two have been romantically linked. And I approve of this. It gave the Cowardly Coyote the confidence because there's someone who believed in him. And for Bunny, there's someone who will care for her no matter what she looked like. There was a hiccup, to put it as politely as possible, in their relationship. When Sonic returned from his year in space, long story, Antoine and Bunny broke up. Antoine became a hardened soldier with a scar on his face, and while Bunny appeared fine, she was secretly a wreck. It turns out Antoine was actually his evil alternate universe counterpart, Patch. He was swapped with a genuine article, again, long story, and was trying to make a power play. Sonic, however, thwarted his plan and made another swap, bringing the real Antoine home. Turns out the real deal still had feelings for Bunny, and the two rekindled their relationship. After all the crap they went through, Antoine finally popped the big question. Bunny, of course, accepted, and now it's time to witness this joyous occasion. The story begins with Sonic getting dressed while having a chit-chat with Uncle Chuck about relationships. And for the record, Sonic prefers being solo at this time. Tails arrives to get Sonic, and the two go off to bug the groom. The two arrive to find Knuckles and the Chaotix trying to advise Antoine. Jeez, the guy's a nervous wreck. But I don't blame him in this case. Anyway, Knuckles tells Sonic Espio is on a mission and he'll try to make it back in time for the ceremony. What kind of mission? Infiltrating Eggman City to learn his plans. Back at Knothole, Sonic arrives to have a chat with Bunny. Now I know it's tradition for the groom not to see the bride until the ceremony. But does that extend to the best man and the other groomsmen? Anyway, Rosie decides to get rid of Sonic by sicking flower girl Amy Rose on him. I agree with Bunny here that was cruel. Bunny admires herself in the wedding dress, and everyone compliments on how good of a man Antoine is. Bunny and Rosie then tease Sally about walking down the aisle with someone brave and blue someday. Sally makes the comment that she prefers to remain single. We rejoin Espio sneaking around a factory until he comes across battle armor in the shadows. Back in Knothole, again, Sonic meets up with Knuckles along with his girlfriend, Julie Sue. She doesn't like dressing up or the idea of marriage to celebrate love, and Knuckles agrees that their word of love is enough. Sonic speeds onward to meet the Acorn family. There's some teasing between him and Sally, with the rest of the family commenting on the ordeal. Elias mentioning Sonic almost becoming one of the family silences Sally and the Hedgehog. Tails' parents arrive because Commander Prower is leading the honor guard, and we have some cryptic comments that will lead to a storyline down the road. Anyway, Tails arrives with the guest list and notes that one guest is missing, Espio, who is going through the computer system and panics at Eggman's newest scheme. And it gets him in trouble. King Elias performs the marriage ceremony. You know, dearly beloved, we're gathered here today, blah 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 blah. Though I should point out, Sonic and Sally looking at each other here. Meanwhile, Espio's doing his best to escape Eggman's forces. And we have this page featuring panels of Espio trying to escape, next to panels of the couple exchanging rings, and Elias declaring them husband and wife. And notice the silhouette in the background. Everyone celebrates this happy union, while Espio is cornered. He's confident the others will rescue him, and apparently he gets vaporized. The last page of the story features Eggman wearing a robotic glove with his forces behind him. For people who have read the original issue, you may have noticed that I've neglected the backup story. The reason is, it's the second part of issue 173's backup story, and at this point I haven't reviewed that issue yet. When I do, I will look at both parts at the same time. For any future viewers that are seeing this review after I uploaded 173, that's why I combined See Ya Later Chow parts 1 and 2. Alright, that's enough of that. With this issue, there are a couple of themes I want to point out. The first is love. I know what you're thinking. No, duh. But, as I stated at the beginning, there are different kinds of love. And I believe we're seeing examples of parental love, love between siblings, sort of. I mean, hey, they grew up together. They're kind of like brothers. And of course, the romantic. And boy, it's everywhere with married couples, dating couples, and of course, the dating couple getting married. The other major theme is the sense of calm before the storm. In Knothole, our heroes aren't worried about what scheme Eggman's cooking up. They are here for their friends. This is Antoine and Bunny's day. You get a sense of fun between the two sides, and the wedding goes off without a hitch. No mad bombers or evil wizards to spoil the fun. This brings us to Espio finding out about the storm, an Eggman hurricane. Unfortunately for the Chameleon Ninja, he was the first victim. And yeah, I know he's not dead because Sega plot armor and all. And Knothole better enjoy this lull because next issue, oh boy. The artwork's done by Tracy Yardley, but we're dealing with early Tracy Yardley. One thing that bugged me was Tracy drawing certain characters' hands a bit too big, especially those without gloves. Thankfully that problem's diminished over the years. One more thing, there are narration boxes throughout the story. Based on some of the narration, I believe the narrator is Eggman. I know what you're thinking, how could he know about the wedding? He could have a mini spying device surveying Knothole. It's possible, though I could be wrong, and the narrator is just a narrator. The final score for Union is a 9 out of 10. The story has a poetic feel, especially when you intercut between the peaceful wedding and Espio's chaotic situation. And so we end the tale of Antoine and Bunny's wedding. Their love is so strong that it survived the reboot. And if you are interested in reading this story, you can find it right here in this graphic novel. And so, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day, and of course, be safe. Oh, these two Mobians here? They are the animal avatars of Ian Flynn and Aaliyah Baker. Thought you should know.